Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's my guy knows a guy here on my live NBA betting stream. It's time to watch Timberwolves versus Spurs Game 5, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a productive start to the month as well. Time is really flying. Almost half of May gone. I'm here with NBA picks, player props, and predictions, everyone. I will have some player props on the board here in a second. Hit the like button for me. Wasn't here for the last day or so, but shout out to you guys, the sharpest chat on earth. Can't wait to watch this game. The return of Victor Wembanyama after being ejected, not suspended, but ejected for that vicious elbow he threw at Reid in Game 4. The series is tied 2-2. The Spurs are 10.5-point favorites here. If you're new here, I'm my guy knows a guy. This is my sports predictions channel. I usually go live both before and during the games. It's a bit later today. There's only one game on, so gonna enjoy this basketball game with the real ones that have notifications on here on my channel. Just want to say best of luck to every single one of you. Always remember to be responsible with your sports betting. Anything can happen, no matter how confident you are. You can get wiped at any time. So just remember that you're always in control of your funds. Would love to hear what you guys are on today. Drop your bets in the chat. I'll give you guys a shout out in a second. Just going to open up a few tabs here in the background and see if I can add some player props. You guys can probably see on the board. I did bet the Timberwolves plus 10.5 earlier. Plus 10.5 to win one unit. Yeah, I know that they won at home. I know, it's sort of a bounce back spot on paper for the Spurs, but I don't think it's going to be that easy tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if the Timberwolves win this game outright, honestly. Obviously, that's not what some people want to hear. I'm going to get into my reasons why. And I will share some player prop projections because I looked at every player on the board. Let me just adjust a couple of things here and get to some analysis for you guys. Hit the like button for me as well, and I'll jump into the chat. Give me a second, everyone. Can't wait to watch this game with you. I'll be here for the entire game. Have to fix something that was on the Twitter board right there. 1 second. Okay, it's fixed. Okay, it's fixed. Yeah, I had to correct the day for Underdog NBA. So yeah, we did have some big injury news, that popped up both last night and earlier today. De'Aaron Fox popped up on the injury report as questionable, and he was going through the morning shoot around. It looked like everything was going to be okay. Dylan Harper went through his normal pregame routine as well. He popped up as questionable earlier this afternoon, although I feel that, there could be a bit of gamesmanship here. Won't be surprised. But it's good news for the Spurs. Both players are playing. I actually expected both players to play. So Dylan Harper is going to play. That info just came out about a minute ago. Let me know if anything happens with the stability of the stream as well, everyone. If anything ever goes in or out, just let me know in the chat. Dylan Harper is going to play. He had a knee issue that flared up out of nowhere, and De'Aaron Fox is available to play. So that is new information. I'm sure most of you are aware of that. You guys probably follow Underdog NBA. Going to see who's here in the chat, and give me a second, and we're going to go ahead and get some player props on the board. But do me a favor and hit the like button for me, and it helps more people see the stream as well. And best of luck to all. Should be an interesting night in the association with only one bet. How about that game last night between the Lakers and OKC? A very competitive game. The Lakers got bounced. They got swept. No Luka Doncic. I understand, but they weren't going to win that series in all likelihood either way. And with the way that OKC is rolling at the moment, and then the Cavs and the Pistons. The entire world had the Pistons last night. I saw so many people angry. Sometimes the public cashes, sometimes they don't, guys. We saw on Sunday when I was wrong about the Sixers, the majority of the public was on the Knicks. They cashed easily once again. But last night, it did seem like almost everyone was on the Pistons. But that was still a very interesting game. Donovan Mitchell scoring 40 after not scoring until midway through his first bucket until midway through the second quarter. That was a wild game. But yeah, today's game, I'm hoping for a competitive game. Let's see what happens. And I'm going to see what you guys are on in the chat right now. Let me just refresh the chat. I'll do it here. Okay, so it's working now. As I said, let me know if anything happens with the stability of the stream, everyone. And yeah, welcome in Court L. He said, "Do you stream the full game?" Yeah, I usually stay live with the scoreboard for the entire game, and that's my plan tonight. I'm here to stream during the entire game as well. The Real DJ, how's it going, fam? Christian Davis, hope you're feeling well. Tasha, welcome back. Ace of Spade. Who else is here? Chickadee Sports, I think that's Crystal. Welcome back. Hope you're all having a great day. Zobo in the chat as well. Josh Gillum. Hope you're feeling great. DG37, sports fan, The Professional, and Mitchell Brothers in the chat as well. Drop your bets. I see a few of you are on the other side tonight, and there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we will disagree. Best of luck either way. Enjoy the games. Drop your bets in the chat. Any sport, drop your bets in the chat. And I'm going to go ahead and get some player props on the board for you guys now, after I give you my reasoning as to why I'm betting on the Timberwolves here. Let me just refresh everything. The game does start in about 30 to 40 minutes. And thank you so much for gifting someone a monthly subscription to my YouTube channel. Looks like Ace of Spade got the sub. Crystal, very, very kind of you. Thank you so much for that kind gesture. Always rooting for you. And everyone else here. Shout out to the real ones, by the way. You guys know. Some big things ahead. Okay, so we are going to talk about the spread. Maybe I'll talk about the total as well. Let me just see if the line has actually changed for this game. Now that we know Dylan Harper and De'Aaron Fox are in, I wouldn't say that those players individually would move the line, but you know, in unison with how well they've been playing, I mean, the line hasn't really moved. I do see many books that were still at 9.5 gradually move up to 10.5 here. A couple of the offshores as well. But the major books, a few major books earlier did have 10.5 available for both sides, including FanDuel, where I actually bet the Timberwolves earlier, plus 12.5. And should be a really interesting game. Now, a lot of you do know that I bet the Timberwolves to win this series before the series started at plus. I have one unit on the Timberwolves to win the series, plus 430. And I still think the Timberwolves will get this done. I still think they're going to get this done. Something about the demeanor of the Spurs, it's a bit off-putting as well. You know, obviously you want to be confident as a professional athlete at this time of year, and in general, you know, to be successful, you want to be confident. But it is, you know, a bit concerning, you know, to hear some of the comments from these Spurs players after the two losses in this series. It's almost as if they're expecting to win before they actually put the work in. And I'm not going to say it's arrogance, but it's borderline arrogance. And I do think that the Spurs have a problem on their hands on a couple of fronts here. One is that Anthony Edwards is looking healthier by the day. His mobility on the defensive side of the court is there. His ability to get to the basket and defeat counter double teams is there as well. You know, Ant-Man definitely seems to be, I'd say, about 90% healthy as well. And then we have to give credit to the defensive job in the front court that just to even win 2 games so far in this series, the defensive job that we've seen from Jaden McDaniels and Rudy Gobert in that front court, or Julius Randle as well. I mean, they've really got it. They've really been getting it done by committee. Now, obviously, when the Spurs do win, they generally win by a pretty decent margin. The energy is going to be probably going to be ridiculous in this game today. You know, people are expecting Wemby individually to bounce back as well. The Spurs to bounce back, you know, after the ejection. Some people are saying that that's the specific reason why they lost the game, game 4. You know, was Wemby being ejected. And I think, you know, on a game by game basis, I mean, as it relates to that game, you're probably right. But I truly believe it's too many points to be giving this Timberwolves team at the moment. And let me just go into a few of my notes here. Shout out to everyone that's here. I posted out that I was going live about an hour ago, but I didn't share the stream link. I just want to let you guys know that I'm prioritizing the people that, you know, have notifications on and stuff. So I want to thank you guys for being here. I have to log back into a book here. Okay. One of the few statistical edges that the Timberwolves have in this series, in my opinion, even with Wemby, playing in this game, is the sort of team-wide approach that the Timberwolves have been taking on the offensive rebounds, generating a ton of second chance opportunities. Now, both of these teams have regressed a bit when it comes to their three-point shooting in this series compared to what we saw from both of them against the Nuggets, against the Blazers in the first round. But I do like what I've seen from the Timberwolves in terms of being able to create those second chance opportunities. I think that it will benefit Minnesota to try to slow this game down. With Dylan Harper, De'Aaron Fox playing in this one, Stephon Castle fully healthy as well. Obviously, the Spurs have a ton of dynamic athletes to really push the pace and try to run Rudy Gobert off of the floor. But I do like what I saw, not only after Wemby got ejected, but even before he got ejected. Obviously, that's a small sample size, but with the Timberwolves sort of slowing things down, and you guys saw them go on that monster run to end that first quarter when they were down 18-3, and they got it done with their half court sets. They got it done with their defensive tenacity as well. Now Wemby is probably going to be pissed. I understand that for sure. I actually have a poll pinned in the chat. Who do you guys think? Do you guys think Wemby's going to go over or under 27.5 points? There's a poll that I have pinned in the chat. So if you guys want to vote on that, it's there. Over or under 27.5 points. And, this line is pretty high. It's only the second round, but the Timberwolves did struggle a bit on the road in the regular season. I mean, they weren't a profitable team on the road, ATS. But as I said, I think it's too many points. I think it's closer to a 6.5 point line when I crunched the numbers earlier. And that's even factoring in the fact that Dylan Harper and De'Aaron Fox are both healthy here. So, EWM community, welcome back, man. He said Nelly 47 as well. Andre Rogers. The professional said, will Anthony Edwards look healthy or injured is the most important factor for me? Well, he's looked healthy for about, I'd say 2 games now, honestly. Pound for pound, how's it going? I think they have a chance on the money line. Godlike player. Andre Rogers says Wemby is going to put up 20 by halftime. EWM said Wemby is going ballistic today. EWM community also likes Terrence Shannon Jr., his PRA line. He's been getting a ton of experience as well. So we only have about 30 minutes before the game starts. Let me get some of these player props up on the board for you, because I do have some to share here. So just give me a moment, chat. Maybe I can put together a same game parlay as well. Hit the like button for me as well, everyone. Asking everyone that's watching to hit the like button. It'll help more people see the stream. And if I'll drop some player props right now, but hit the like button for me, everyone that's watching. Thank you. Thanks to everyone that already did. So Wemby at over 27.5, we all know what he's able to do in terms of stretching the floor. Now Wemby has, the volume hasn't really been there from from three in the playoffs compared to what we saw in the regular season. I'm not going to say he's been struggling from three, because the volume has been a bit lower. But at 27.5 points, Wemby, obviously he can go over But, I'm going to stay away from Wemby props in this particular game. Going to go through each player as it relates to my notes. And there's nothing else I missed with the lineups. Are the starting lineups out? Nothing should be changing there. Okay, one bet that I do like in this game in terms of player props is Devin Vassell to go under his points line. Devin Vassell of the Spurs. And I actually really like the bet at minus 125 on points bet under 13.5 points. I'm going to get that on the board for you now. Especially with Dylan Harper and De'Aaron Fox being healthy at the moment. I do think that they've been setting these Devin Vassell lines just a point or two too high. We all know that he averaged more in the regular season, but he's dipped a bit, not with his efficiency, but with the volume in the playoffs. And we've seen an uptick in shot attempts from De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, and Stephon Castle in the playoffs. And Devin Vassell, he hasn't been the odd man out. But I do think Devin Vassell is going under 13.5. 13.5. It's 12.5 on other books. Maybe you can bet that a bit smaller. But if you have access to points bet, I like Devin Vassell of the San Antonio Spurs to go under 13.5 points at minus 125 to win a half unit. Going to get that on the screen for you now. And here it is. How's it going, Louisville Gambler? Big Facts News, the Karma Guru, all of you guys. Okay, here's what we're going to do, everyone. First, let me make sure you can see this. Because I do think I want to live bet the total too. I lean towards the under, but I was a bit wary with the Dylan Harper, De'Aaron Fox news. Those are both pretty outstanding defenders, on the perimeter there. And I did think we could, if they're not completely 100%, I do think we could see an uptick in points if they weren't 100%, but they're playing. I mean, now that gives me conflicting thoughts there. I want to live bet the total. I'll go either way, actually. I just want to see how things unfold early on. Maybe we can get a better line. Maybe they get off to a stronger start. And here's what we're going to do, everyone. Let's get the stream. With 23 more likes. Let's get the stream to 50 likes, and I will put together a 2-leg player prop parlay that I like in this game. I already have it in mind. And everyone that's watching, smash the like button. Let's get to 50, 60 likes. That's the only way that if I take breaks from streaming, YouTube, they're not going to push your channel as often as they would in the past. So, and that's okay with me, that's actually, that boils down on how often I stream. But asking the real ones who are here to hit the like button, let's get a like for every person that's watching the stream. And we still have time before the game starts. So as soon as we get to 50 likes, I'll go ahead and put that on the screen for you. But either way, let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Karma Guru said, as long as the Timberwolves have the closer Anthony Edwards, he thinks 111-109 final score Wolves. Okay. Carl Winslow said, what's up? I've got him for 10 and 2 in a few spots. Let's see what happens. Are you talking about Devin Vassell? Yeah, I just put that bit on the screen, guys. That's for me, Devin Vassell under 13.5 at minus 125 on points bet to win a half unit. And Louisville Gambler said he likes the under. Best of luck either way, though, Carl Winslow. Hey, there's still a chance we can both cash. Maybe he can get to 10 and just stop, and you cash the 10 and 2. That would be good. A good outcome for both of us. A great outcome. And thanks for hitting the like button as well, everyone. It's no coincidence that The amount of people watching live increased as soon as you guys started hitting the like button. It's no, there's no coincidence there. So, and I'm gonna post that. I'm gonna post that I went live when the game tips off in the Discord. So the people that are actually here that have notifications are the ones that got the picks. EWM, what was the line for Shannon, the Terrence Shannon Jr. PRA line that you got? Welcome back, Jay Wall, one of the absolute realists. Jay Wall in the chat. How's it going, brother? Louisville Gambler said he bet on the Spurs to win and a 1-10 win margin plus 220. Okay. Enjoy the game. Drop those bets. I'll give you guys a shout out right now. Louisville Gambler said the best bet on the board if you're betting Timberwolves plus 10.5 is to bet them to win plus Spurs to win plus between 1 and 10 at plus 220. That's tough there. That's tough. 100% pound for pound, sharpest chat on YouTube. You guys have been doing pretty well. My bro, sports fan, how are you doing today? Yeah, I'll go through a few other projections here. 11.5 PRA, best of luck. I think that's a decent line. Appreciate everyone that's here. And so I do want to let you guys know that I will not be streaming tomorrow. I'm going to stream today during the game, but I won't be streaming tomorrow. I'm going to post pics in the form of a video upload here on YouTube tomorrow, but I will not be streaming tomorrow because I'm going to the Toronto Tempo WNBA game again tomorrow. I'll be in the building for their second game ever. Got some good tickets and gonna go enjoy my evening, but I will have picks for you guys early in the day here on the channel. So, and I'll try to put out some WNBA picks as well. So should be fun. SW36 in the chat said, I have a feeling the Timberwolves might be live tonight. I have a feeling as well. The Timberwolves are going to win this series. Godlike player said the line's back to 10. Yeah, sports fan, we have a team. This is the first season ever for the Toronto Tempo WNBA franchise. Pretty exciting times, Support women's sports. I'm a big, fan of all sports, women's sports. Big WNBA fan as well, so. Okay, so let's work on this parlay while you guys drop your bets in the chat. If you guys have any questions about players as well, let me know. Shout out to all the real ones out there. Even shout out to all the people that just, snoop around behind their burner accounts to see what side people are on. I shout out to you guys as well, helping my channel grow. Whoa, Daryl Morey just got fired? It's crazy. Wow, they did. They fired Daryl Morey, the president of basketball operations of the 76ers. Daryl Morey actually follows me on Twitter. It's crazy. He's a very interesting guy beyond basketball. But hey, his tenure with the Sixers has come to an end. The ownership group is going to be looking for a new president of basketball operations. And we can only, pretty much predict that probably means that Nick Nurse is about to get fired as well. Generally, you do see that sort of, they're probably going to clean house. They're going to get a new president of basketball operations. They're going to fire the GM. And then that new GM is probably going to fire Nick Nurse. The writing's on the wall. Whoa, I was wrong. Look what Shams just said. Shams just said that Sixers head coach Nick Nurse will continue into his role in the fourth season because it's not his fault. He might be the unluckiest coach in the NBA, Nick Nurse. If you guys know basketball, you know that it's not Nick Nurse's fault. They need to retool their roster and get players on their salary cap that are healthy, that are not being sucking up 70% of $70 million next season on the salary cap. So that's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy in my opinion. Yeah, I won't be surprised if Bob Myers takes over either. I've been seeing that floating around. You know, Bob Myers, you guys know him, the architect of the Golden State Warriors dynasty. Well, the Knicks were the better team, of course, but it wasn't because Nick Nurse cost them the series. I know that. The Knicks are rolling at the moment. They're a train. They can't be stopped. They'll probably go to the finals. Although the Cavs are playing pretty well right now. I know everyone wants the Pistons to win that series, but I don't think that's going to happen. The Cavs, it's going to be Cavs-Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. I've been doing well, Digital Print House. I've been doing well. Working on a couple of things behind the scenes. Have a couple of very exciting things that are about to unfold, not only here on the channel, but just in life. So, got to continue working towards the dream, brother. Got to take a step back to see who's really with you sometimes as well. But how have you been doing? Louisville Gambler said, I think they would have won either ways. Louisville said the Knicks would rather see the Cavs. I think the Knicks would rather play the Pistons. That's just my opinion. The Knicks would probably be either team, but I think the Knicks would rather play the Pistons. The Pistons won't be able to afford going on very many scoring droughts against this Knicks defense the way they're playing at the moment. Our bro Jared Weiss in the chat, welcome back. He said he's on the Vegas Golden Knights money line all day today. T-Flow in the chat as well. Said Philly should move Embiid. Yeah, I was seeing Lakers fans say that they should get Embiid last night. I don't know. I'm a big Luka fan. Lakers and Embiid. I mean, Luka and Embiid have a crazy injury history already, and well, obviously more so Embiid. Basketball-wise, if in a perfect world, that would be a great partnership, right? But they just won't be able to stay healthy. The Lakers fans were crying for Embiid last night. I couldn't believe I saw a couple of those tweets. Drop your bets in the chat. It starts in 17 minutes. Can't wait to watch this game with you guys. Sports fan says, I think Lakers fans are delusional, and I'm a Lakers fan. Lakers fans are delusional, but they're passionate as well. I mean, you're supposed to want your team to be in the spotlight, right? So I definitely understand. They're used to the Lakers being in the spotlight, but they have a lot of work to do in themselves, their front office. It's going to be a busy offseason for the LA Lakers, in my opinion. Expert Fire, welcome back. He said, where did you get Wolves plus 10.5? I bet that on FanDuel. Timberwolves plus 10.5 minus 112. I bet that just a few minutes before I started the stream. Joey in the chat said, what are your thoughts on Mike Conley under 2.5 points? I'll take a look at that now, actually. Mike Jack in the chat said, you said, stop talking junk about my hometown team, Pistons, Knicks. Well, which is your hometown, Mike? You're from both Detroit and New York? That's hilarious. Professional said VJ Edgecombe can be an all-star in 1 to 2 years if he continues to improve his game. He can be. He can be. He got exposed as a rookie defensively. He's a good defender, but in the Knicks series, he played terribly defensively. They were actually hunting VJ in the final 2 games of the series, so there's that. You said Mike Conley under 2.5 points. I'm not so sure about that line. It's really low. Obviously, the Timberwolves are Minnesota's pretty much healthy right now. You know, he can go over that with literally 1 bucket, 1 3. I mean, for me, with those lower lines, 2.5, 3.5, I tend to stay away from those lines unless they're a big, maybe a center that gets, at least 10 to 15 minutes a game, maybe like a Luke Cornett, like a Mitchell Robinson, Other than that, I just feel like those lines are highly volatile. I feel like those lines are highly volatile. So yeah, let me see if I can put this parlay together for a second. Hit the like button for me though, everyone. If you're new here, subscribe to my channel as well. And welcome to the community. Always happy to see new faces in the chat as well. What are you guys saying? So the player that I want to target in this parlay, I might just straight bet it, is Ayo Dosunmu here. Just give me a moment. Ayo Dosunmu has been slumping a bit with his shooting metrics, but I really do feel like he's due for a breakout game when you consider the shot volume and the minutes as well. He's gained the trust of head coach Nick Finch after that monster series against the Nuggets, and I do think we could see a breakout performance from Ayo Dosunmu today. Now, this is my first bet on Ayo Dosunmu in the entire series, if I bet it right now, but he's the player that I want to target. On the Spurs side of things, I want to target Keldon Johnson. He's a player that we've had success with during the stream. Maybe I'll roll with Ayo by himself. Maybe we can do a live parlay in game. I was thinking of something like Wemby 25 plus and Ayo 10 plus. Those were my thoughts there, but I'm actually going to change course here and bet Ayo Dosunmu of the Timberwolves over 12.5 points by itself at minus 111 odds. Chat, another official bet going up on the board. Ayo Dosunmu of the Timberwolves over 12.5 points at minus 111 odds on FanDuel. Smaller bet to win a half unit. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you guys can see it. Stoner Circle, welcome back. Aolex, welcome back as well. Joey, Yeah, the playing time will be there. The playing time will be there. And if you guys are just joining, when it comes to the total, I'm probably going to live bet the total with you guys. And everyone that just joined, I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow. As I said, I'm going to the Toronto Tempo WNBA game again. So we'll stream again on Thursday. But tomorrow I will have content, picks for you, videos and stuff here on the channel. So make sure you have notifications on. Everyone that's watching, turn notifications on. Welcome back, Adam. Game's about to tip off. I'll get the scoreboard on the screen. I'll give you guys in-game analysis. Everything I see in-game, I'll narrate the game. And if I add any more live bets in-game, I'll drop them on the screen below. So best of luck to everyone, especially the ones that I've been keeping it so real. You guys make this stream what it is, and the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. Hold on, guys. Drop your bets as well. WNBA, the Women's League picks will be launching here as well. T-Flow, I see you. Yeah, WNBA is cool, J-Wall. Very competitive, I should say. The league's on the rise. You know, massive TV contract, tons of star players. You know, the games are really competitive. The WNBA it's really cool. Yeah. Bizzle's betting on Julius Randle under 14.5 points. Best of luck, he said. And Joey says, I hope Julius Randle has a decent game, though. He's been in a slump, too. T-Flow said the W is an underrated gem for betting. It definitely is for live betting as well. Who knows? Maybe I'll roll some WNBA streams. But I'm definitely going to upload videos for you guys. So here is my free Discord server if you guys want to join before the game tips off. Also, quick plug, follow me on social media on Instagram or X. The links to follow me on Instagram and X, Twitter, are in the video description below. My guy knows a guy, that's me. Let's see what happens tonight in the association where Suspicious lives, everyone. Best of luck no matter what side you're on, and let's see what happens. I'll be here for the entire game. So yeah, I just pinned the Discord link in the chat. Big Earn, welcome back, man. Yeah, it's really nice. They play at a smaller arena called Coca-Cola Coliseum here in Toronto, but they scheduled, I think, 5, maybe 6 games to be played in Scotiabank Arena where the Toronto Raptors play. And I think that within a year or two, they're going to move to Scotiabank where the Raptors play permanently, in fact, because the demand is already exceeding the supply in terms of tickets. So, you know. Hey, welcome back, Sick from the Vol. Yeah, it's the favorites definitely do very well, especially in the second half of the season in the WNBA. So the game's tipping off in about 3 minutes. Everyone, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll be here for the entire game. I'm not going anywhere. And let's get the scoreboard ready for you guys. Professional likes Timberwolves plus 8.5 with the over 219.5 for a 2-leg parlay. Best of luck. Jay Wall said, let's walk to the bank, ladies and gentlemen. Sick from the Vault says, my guy went back to Wemby's boards over 12.5. How do you like that? I think he plays hard after the ejection. He's probably going to play very hard. 12.5 is obviously a bit of a corrected line here. I think his lines were 11.5 rebounds earlier in the series. So the sort of, Wemby correction bounce back theory is sort of priced into a few of these lines here, but won't be surprised if you see max effort from Wemby. Is he going to be, composed, in control emotionally, or is he going to be locked in? We know at the end of the day, although he's potentially one of the faces of the league going forward, or the face of the league going forward, that was a bad look the other day, man. It was highly controversial. I have a lot of friends that are San Antonio Spurs fans. Myself, I always respected. I was a fan of the Spurs during the Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker era under Greg Popovich. Was more so a fan of the players and the coach more than the team. But I don't think that what Wemby did the other day was representative of Spurs basketball traditionally. That was a really bad look for Wemby. I don't care about how the refs were missing calls and how, they were roughing him up. And I understand he got frustrated. He lost his composure. I understand that. We've all been there in our lives personally where we lose our composure, even if we don't, elbow someone in the head. But for him to elbow Naz Reid that viciously, I truly believe that he could have ended his career. He could have sent him to the hospital. And I don't think Wemby's a dirty player. We don't really have a track record of seeing him do these sorts of things. So I'm not going to call him a dirty player, but it was a dirty play. It was uncalled for, unsportsmanlike. It was just messed up. I'm not going to say he ruined his reputation, but, and I don't care. Some people are saying like the league is too soft. We need to see that. I understand, but there's no place for that. Naz Reid has his own family. He probably has his own people he's taking care of. You can end someone's career and take food off of their table because you lost your cool and you're mad at the refs and you elbow someone and could have ended his career. I think he's going to learn from it though. He's a young player. And what really, made me not angry, but it was a bit disappointing to see Spurs fans and their head coach, Mitch Johnson, try to justify what Wemby did. I actually thought that was disgusting. No disrespect to Spurs fans, but the Spurs fans that were justifying what Wemby did was crazy to me. You can't just admit that Wemby was wrong. I know that's your guy, but you can't just admit that Wemby was wrong because he was wrong. He's not a dirty player, but it was a dirty play. You got away with that because it's on the basketball court. You guys know if it wasn't in a professional sports environment, you're going to jail for something like that. Yeah, I believe if it was the regular season, they would have suspended him for a game or two. I do believe that. DD Dejan, J Wall said Nas Reid did that. He cooked. Yeah, and Wemby, maybe he's going to channel that. Maybe he's going to channel those lessons into what he learned, from it into this game, from what he learned from that game and into tonight's game. Maybe we'll see that, but all eyes will be on Wemby. But I know you guys have heard pretty much everyone talk about that play, ad nauseum. So I'll leave it at that. Three official picks on the board. I have a bigger bet on the Timberwolves plus 10.5, and then I have two smaller bets. All those bets are separate bets. This is not a parlay. Devin Vassell under 13.5 points. It dipped to 12.5 now on most books, but it was 13.5 on PointsBet when I bet it about 30 minutes ago with you guys. That's under 13.5, and then I have Dosunmu over 12.5 points in this one. Let's enjoy it while we can, guys. We have so much to be grateful for. People come, people go, but always remember that to focus on the people that are in your corner. And I appreciate you guys for being in my corner. Absolute real ones. It's been so fun all season. And the game should be tipping off any second now. I'm not sure why it hasn't, but I have it on in front of me. And let's get ready to watch this one, everyone. Yeah, I'll put it on just while we wait for tip off. The WNBA game. Actually, no, it's a bit too much right now. Sorry. I'll do that next time. I don't want to refit the screen. I just refit it. The game's tipping off. Yeah, I've got you next time, Andre, and I'm going to put some WNBA out as well. And we're off to the races in San Antonio. First basket is De'Aaron Fox, assisted by Stephon Castle. And now we have free throws for Castle immediately after that. I don't know how that happened, but I'm loading the game right now. Was it a three? What's going on? Hold on, let me get the game on first because that might be wrong. And I have it on. So it was an and one. Yeah, it's an and one opportunity. Right when I turned it on, I just saw De'Aaron Fox make the free throw. So 3 quick points for De'Aaron Fox, and we're off to the races in Game 5. Timberwolves, Spurs, Game 5 in the NBA playoffs. Thank you guys for being here with me. I'll let you guys know what I see. Welcome back, Chicago Joe. And we have a turnover from Minnesota on their first possession. It's a shot clock violation. Good defensive activity from the Spurs. Wemby just missed the layup. And we have our first points from Minnesota. It's Julius Randle with a mid-range jumper. Nice shot from Randle. It's a 3-2 lead for Minnesota. That was a good shot from Randle, too. In transition, he just stopped on a dime. And now Wemby misses a 3. Wemby's 0 for 2 from the field to start this one. And the Timberwolves go the other way. And now we have free throws for Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is going to the free throw line, chat. 3 free throws. 3 free throws for Ant-Man. He was fouled by Stephon Castle. Hey, welcome back, Dennis. Yeah, I saw that, T-Flow. Andre Rogers, Chicago Joe, everyone in the chat. Best of luck to you guys. You guys are the absolute realists. Let's enjoy it all. And Big Ern said, glad to enjoy another game with you, brother, and everyone who is here. You as well, man. Thanks for that positivity, Big Ern. Nelly47 said, well said. I respect the Popovich Spurs. This Mitch Johnson squad, not so much, and I agree completely. Wemby is not a dirty player, but this play did not help his case. T-Flow said the flagrant 2 was suspension worthy. I get not wanting to suspend a star player, but maybe move the suspension to next season. I don't know. Professional likes Wemby 5+ blocks today, plus 113. Best of luck. Jay Wall said Wemby was tripping. My bro Bank of Dennis in the chat. Professional has Anthony Edwards going for 25 plus tonight. Well, Anthony Edwards just made all 3 free throws. And now we have free throws on the way for Wemby. And they're checking to see if it's a flagrant. I hope he didn't twist his ankle. They're checking to see a possible flagrant foul on Rudy Gobert. He fouled Wemby. I think it's a long 2, though. I don't think it's 3, but either way, he did not allow Wemby to land. And Wemby appears to have twisted his ankle, but he got up and walked away just fine. I think Wemby's okay, but they are checking this to see if it's a flagrant foul for a potential reckless closeout in the landing space of a jump shooter. It's a flagrant foul. Flagrant 1 on Rudy Gobert because he could have hurt Wemby, and the refs are right. The refs are right. 2 shots and the ball for the Spurs. Oh. Is that 3 shots, actually? I think it could be 3. Yeah, it's 3 shots, guys. Apologies. 3 free throws for Wemby, and he makes the first free throw. He landed in the 2-point zone, but it was a 3 from where he took off. Sick from the Vol said Rudy's trying to get his revenge from Nas Reid. I don't think Rudy Gobert did that on purpose. I think he was just being goofy. He was, it was reckless though, Apparently Wemby and Rudy Gobert are friends, but, they're both on the French national team, but Bandit says they've been roughhousing Wemby. Hit the like button for me as well, everyone. Wemby makes the first two free throws. Nope. Yeah, he went 2 of 3, I should say. He missed 1. Spurs up by 2. And remember, they get the ball after this. De'Aaron Fox misses a floater. But Wemby gets Wemby scores 4 quick points for Wemby with the putback layup off the missed De'Aaron Fox shot. And the Spurs have a 2-point lead. Four-point lead now after the Anthony Edwards missed 3. Spurs go the other way and De'Aaron Fox scores. 4-point lead for San Antonio, 9-5. We already have some action here early in this one. Rudy Gobert misses a 3. Julius Randle misses a 3. Rudy Gobert with the offensive rebound and the dunk to cut that lead to 2. Spurs go the other way. And Wemby hits a 3. 7 quick points for Victor Wembanyama. 5-point lead for the Spurs, and the crowd loves the possible bounce back here for Wemby. Jaden McDaniels misses a 3. A couple of ill-advised shots for the Timberwolves. The Spurs go the other way. They hit another 3. Julian Champagnie with his first 3 of the game. It's a 12-2 run for San Antonio. They're speeding things up, and they're taking advantage. Nice pass from Wemby in the fast break, by the way. If you guys are watching live on the broadcast, that was a very nice assist from Victor Wembanyama in the fast break. Sick from the Vol says he loves this start for the Spurs. The Timberwolves go the other way, and they get something back. It's not a 3, but it's a 2 from Dosunmu, his first bucket of the game. It's a mid-range jumper, and we have our first Ayo points of the evening. I did bet him to go over 12.5 points. My first bet on Dosunmu in this series. And there's some good competitive banter here. So that's what you like to see, Ayo Dosunmu looking up at Wemby, and they're sharing some words, but it wasn't anything serious. They're actually laughing. That's what you want to see. You don't want to see people elbowing people in the head. Simple. Spurs score again. Biggest lead of the game. Timeout Minnesota. Wemby drives to the rim and dunks the ball. He can't be stopped early in this game. Rudy Gobert got caught out on the perimeter again, and Wemby uses his athleticism to his advantage, drives right to the basket. And there is a certain energy in the building at the moment. 8-point lead for San Antonio. Chris Finch, Timberwolves coach, calls time out. And this is a good chance for me to charge my phone. 1 second, Jet. Okay. Yep. How do you guys feel about the game so far? How do you guys feel about this start to the game? A lot of action. It's been an eventful first quarter so far. Dennis, you think Wemby's going for 35? No, Dennis is joking. Sick from the ball. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so as well, Jay Wall. Let's hope for the best. A lot of energy in the building too. And I just noticed already that, with his athleticism for his size, Wemby, Rudy Gobert got caught out in a few, poor situations there, being dragged out to the perimeter. And you see the Spurs and how athletic they are. So let's see what happens after the timeout. I hope that Rudy Gobert doesn't end up being unplayable. But that was a bad sequence for Rudy Gobert defensively. And that was a big time dunk. So Wemby's affecting the game in multiple ways right now. Let's see what happens. We have a bucket from Dosunmu with the player prop. Devin Vassell hasn't scored yet. I did bet his under as well. So there's some slight positive news there, but I do have a bit more money on the spread. Let's see what happens. Stoner Circle, welcome back. You say you just want points, so you want the over? What'd you bet, over 219 or 218? The professional said Alex Rodriguez needs to fire Chris Finch. Stoner, yeah. And that's a good way to respond after the flagrant from Rudy Gobert on that three from Wemby. So you see Wemby just spaz since then, right? So J Wall bet Rudy Gobert under 10.5 rebounds. Best of luck. Enjoy the game, guys. We're back. Dosunmu just missed a floater. Sorry, I'm turned to the side because my phone's charging. Think they might get blown out? J Wall said, I'm glad the Sixers kept their coach. I think they've got to build something to build over there. EWM said he's waiting on a better McDaniel line. 10-point lead for San Antonio. Wemby scores again. It's all Wemby. 16-4 run for Victor Wemby, so for the Spurs. And Wemby just scored again at the rim with another floater. 11 points for Victor Wembanyama, and the Timberwolves need to pick it up offensively. Not much offensive production from them and their core. As I said, if I bet anything live, I'll add it below. And Wemby is on a ridiculous run. He scores again at the rim. Rudy Gobert is getting ran out of the building right now. They might need to go small. Even with Wemby on the court, they might need to go small. Andre said Wemby scoring 20 by halftime tonight. You did say that before the chat. Before the game started. Whoa! Wemby with the three, 16 points. 2 threes. Nice pass from Stephon Castle. It's a 21-4 run for the Spurs. And is someone going to... They do. The Timberwolves get something, but it's a good sequence for the Spurs. And the Spurs, I'm sure you guys are watching the live broadcast. The Spurs are playing with a decent tempo here when Rudy Gobert is on the court. And Wemby is locked in. This might be the most... he's been locked in all playoffs so far. We've seen a couple of huge performances from him, but this is another level. And that was a nice rack to the basket from Jaden McDaniels just to get something positive. A teardrop floater, little hook shot over Wemby. Julian Champagny misses a three on the other end, and Anthony Edwards walks the ball up the court. Pick and roll action with Rudy Gobert. And we have a foul on De'Aaron Fox. but it's on the floor. Timberwolves ball side out, down by 13. And Rudy Gobert and Wemby are subbing out of the game. Luke Cornett, Keldon Johnson, and Dylan Harper sub in. And Terrence Shannon Jr. is in the game. Timberwolves ball side out. Okay, 5 straight points for Minnesota. Naz Reid with his first bucket of the game. It's a 3 for Naz Reid after getting elbowed in the cranium in the previous game. Keldon Johnson has an immediate impact. He scores at the rim. The Spurs are getting whatever they want at the rim right now. Keldon Johnson with his first bucket of the game. 12-point lead for the Spurs. Maybe if he comes back in the game bigger. Yeah, so far they are EWM. It's possible that Wemby might have 20 pretty quickly. He should get back in the first quarter, but he was exerting a lot of energy in that sequence. And we have a turnover from the Timberwolves. Keldon Johnson missed the 3. And it's Timberwolves ball here. Mike Conley just scored. So it's back to a 10-point lead. Mike Conley, who is also in the game, scores. And someone was asking me about him. His points line was 2.5 before the game started in the chat. That was a nice move, too. Old school move there from Mike Conley. Turned on a dime. Another bucket for Keldon Johnson. And it's an and one. A foul on Terrence Shannon Jr. Another bucket at the rim for the Spurs. That is the trend. Besides the Wemby explosion, that's the big trend in this first quarter, is the ease of which the Spurs are scoring at the rim. He missed the free throw, though. 12-point lead for San Antonio. That's a good way to answer. Is another 3 for the Timberwolves. It's Anthony Edwards with a nice 3. He knocks it down. It's back to single digits. 9-point lead for San Antonio. Free throws for Stephon Castle on the other end. The Spurs are in the bonus. 2 free throws on the way for Castle. The foul's on Anthony Edwards. It was on the floor, but because they're in the bonus, he will shoot free throws here. Stephon Castle. He missed the first free throw, though. Wow, he missed both, chat. He missed both. You said he's terrible? Sick from the ball? Timberwolves ball. Minnesota ball here. And we have another 3 for Minnesota. 3 straight threes for the Timberwolves. And it's back to a 6-point lead. Mike Conley has 5 points now. He knocks down this shot. And Minnesota is showing some fight now with Wemby on the bench. Timeout, Spurs. After Dylan Harper turned it over, he throws the ball out of bounds, and Minnesota's back in it, chat. And it's the old vet, Mike Conley, having an impact off the bench here. And Anthony Edwards is starting to come alive as well. And I think we have a long way to go in San Antonio tonight. The ageless vet, Mike Conley. Why'd you say that, Sick from the Vol? You think Spurs head coach Mitch Johnson should have called the timeout earlier? Hit the like button for me as well, everyone. Well, I mean, it was weird when Wemby left the game. I mean, he wasn't in foul trouble, so. He wasn't in foul trouble. I mean, it was a bit strange, but who knows? Maybe Wemby will be on the court after this timeout. So I do like what I saw from the Timberwolves to chip their way back into this game. I hope the Timberwolves win this game outright, guys. I've got them plus 430 to win the series. That could go a long way to making up for some of my Sixers losses, in all honesty. If Minnesota does somehow win this series against all odds, OKC is going to need to get Jalen Williams back in the game, back in their lineup. I don't care what anyone says. The Timberwolves, they were matching up pretty well against OKC in the regular season. Minnesota might be the only team in the league that, besides the Spurs and the Timberwolves are the only two teams in the league that didn't fear OKC, that aren't afraid of OKC. I truly believe that. In the Western Conference. But no matter who makes it to the Western Conference Finals, it's going to be an electric Western Conference Final, guys. It's going to be electric. And we have free throws for Minnesota. It's Terrence Shannon Jr., EWM community. First foul on Luke Cornett. Wemby's still on the bench. Uh-oh, it's a 4-point lead. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Win outright, Minnesota. Win this game outright. And the good news for our prop, one of our props, is that Devin Vassell hasn't scored yet. And just like that, after that 16-4 run we saw from the Spurs, now it's a 15-4 run for Minnesota. Anthony Edwards with a mid-range jumper, and it drops like water to cut the lead to 2. The Spurs have it now, and that's a good play. Keldon Johnson's playing really well. He just put the Spurs back up by 4, put back dunk, and the fans are going crazy. Keldon Johnson making an impact for San Antonio off of the bench. And Wemby's back in. And immediately, Wemby goes to the free throw line. We have a foul on the Timberwolves, and Wemby is about to shoot free throws. Has a chance to put them back up by 6. He tried to dunk on Jaden McDaniels. "17 first quarter points. Wemby made the first free throw. First foul on Jaden McDaniels. Six-point lead. Reid just missed a 3. And it's Spurs ball up by 6. We have just about a minute to go in the first quarter. Oh, Wemby turns it over. It's Ayo Dosunmu with the steal, and he scores off the steal. 4 points for Ayo. That's pretty good for our bet. That's pretty good for our bet. A 4-point quarter, I'll take that. Over 12.5 for Ayo in our pocket. And it was a really good finish from Ayo off the steal. A big impact there. We do have a delay of game warning on the Timberwolves. I think it could be 1 free throw. No free throw. Side out for Spurs. But De'Aaron Fox draws the foul. And Fox is going to the free throw line. The foul is on Mike Conley. Free throws on the way for De'Aaron Fox. Spurs up by 4 here. Just over 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. He makes the first free throw. And he knocks down both. Timberwolves ball, 30 seconds to go. The Spurs still have a chance to get one more possession in this quarter after the Timberwolves. Let's see if they get a shot up. Nice finish from Reid. He scores right in front of the basket with a drive to the rim. 5 points in the first quarter for Reid. 3 assists for Terrence Shannon Jr., and it's back to a 4-point lead for San Antonio. That was a nice finish, too. A Euro step. Right into Wemby's. And that's how the first quarter will end. Keldon Johnson misses a 3 at the end of the clock. And it's a 4-point lead for San Antonio. It's a high-scoring quarter. Tons of free throws in that quarter. How do you feel, chat? Talk to me. Who covers tonight? Spurs, Timberwolves. Who covers tonight? Great job, Sick from the Vol. He cashed with Spurs -2.5 in the first quarter. Great call there. Sharpest chat on earth. Enjoy your win. Welcome in, Elin and Free Mind. Yeah, I like the Timberwolves to win this game outright as well, Free Mind. I like Minnesota to win this game outright. Let's see what happens. At least cover the spread, right? Let me take a look at the live odds right now. Sion Kopel, welcome back. Hit the like button for me as well. Let's take a look at the live odds. So I want to see the points in the paint differential as well here. Hold on. In that first quarter, there was a point where, so we saw a 21-4 run from San Antonio in that quarter. Also, and then the Wolves, they countered with a 15-4 run of their own. So we all know it's a game of runs here. Both teams knocked down 3 threes. The Spurs attempted 11 free throws in the quarter. Second quarter just started, and points in the paint differential +8 advantage for the Spurs here. But Minnesota's winning the turnover battle. And there's another turnover. This time it's the rookie out of Arizona, Carter Bryant, with the turnover. Ayo Dosunmu with another steal, but Minnesota cannot capitalize there. Reid misses a 3 in the corner, and the ball bounces out of bounds. And the rookie makes up for the mistake. He hits the three, Carter Bryant. First three for the Spurs in 7 minutes of regulation, and San Antonio goes up by 7. Nice shot. Another assist for Wemby as well. And it is worth noting that Anthony Edwards is not on the court right now. Julius Randle is. Terrence Shannon misses a three. The Spurs sprint the other way. And De'Aaron Fox hits a three off in transition. Another quick bucket for San Antonio, who were just up by 2. They're up by 10 now, 40-30. Good ball movement, good pace there. And the Timberwolves did not get back in time. And now Minnesota misses another three. They've gone cold to start this quarter. Once again, the Spurs sprint the other way. And we have a layup from Stephon Castle in the fast break. And he draws the foul. He's going to the free throw line. It's a 12-4 run. We've seen a couple of big runs here. 2 big runs now for the Spurs in this game and 1 big run for Minnesota. It's another trip to the free throw line for Stephon Castle. And just like that, it's a 13-point lead because this time he makes the free throw after going 0 for 2 at the line at his first trip to the free throw line. And we have a foul on the floor on Castle here. He bumped Julius Randle, but it's on the floor. No free throws. It happened at half court. 2 fouls on Castle. Naz Reid misses the layup there. Wemby collects the board. And Minnesota is struggling offensively in this quarter in the first couple of minutes. But Wemby turns the ball over. And it's a turnover for Wemby. And Minnesota goes the other way. Wemby tried a ridiculous behind the back pass. Minnesota goes the other way. Jaden McDaniels hits a 3. 5 points for McDaniels. It's back to a 10-point lead. We have a foul. I think it's on the floor, but it could be free throws. No, I think it's on the floor. It's a foul on Jaden McDaniels. He fouled Wemby. Nice stunts. Best of luck. Elon said he's on Wemby over points and rebounds today. Dylan Harper misses a 3. It was side out for the Spurs. Jaden McDaniels misses a 3 on the other end. Spurs go the other way. And Stephon Castle scores again at the rim once again. And it's a 12-point lead now. And Minnesota calls timeout. Chris Finch has seen enough. That lineup was not getting it done offensively, even though Anthony Edwards just subbed into the game over the last couple of seconds. Let's see what happens after the timeout, guys. 12-point lead. So we saw the Spurs go up by 15? In the first quarter, we saw Minnesota come back towards the end of the first quarter and cut that lead to 2. And now the Spurs re-extend their lead, and now they're up by 12. Social media is funny. Game 5 of the conference semifinals. We all know what happens, statistically and historically when a team wins Game 5 and how likely they are to win a series. It's not a must-win game, but it's an incredibly important game. So much on the line here tonight. And we're just about back from the timeout here. Hit the like button for me if you haven't done so already. So Wemby gets subbed out of the game again. Luke Cornett is back. And let's see what happens here. It is a game of runs, as we all know. Minnesota ball. Whoa, Anthony Edwards turns it over. Luke Cornett with the steal. And the Spurs go the other way. Devin Vassell misses a 3 in transition. That's good news for one of my bets tonight. I have Devin Vassell under 13.5 points. And and now Minnesota goes the other way. They push the pace here. And Julius Randle scores in transition. Nice move from Julius too, from Randle. Nice move. And Devin Vassell misses again. Minnesota goes the other way. They're down by 10. Terrence Shannon misses a 3. Jaden McDaniels missed a 3. And now we have a turnover from the Spurs. Stephon Castle turns it over. They've been playing pretty sloppy when Wemby sits on the bench. You would like to see Minnesota, sort of attack the basket with Wemby off of the floor. We have a couple of missed baskets from both teams. Anthony Edwards misses, and Keldon Johnson missed, and now it's Minnesota ball again. And now Julius Randle misses. Okay, so we're getting bricks in front of the rim here. Spurs go the other way. Devin Vassell just missed another 3. He's 0 for 4 from the field. Keldon Johnson with the putback layup, though he cleans up. Keldon Johnson's been a big bright spot for the Spurs beyond Wemby in this first half. Keldon Johnson with 8 quick points, and his points prop line was only 8.5. Spurs up by 12. Minnesota ball. Rudy Gobert turns it over. Spurs ball. And that was sloppy. Dylan Harper. He scores his first basket of the game. 15-5 run for the Spurs, and Minnesota is not getting it done. Ugly offensive mistakes for Minnesota, and honestly, it's poor defense as well. Have to call it like I see it. Dylan Harper with a nice move at the basket, and Rudy Gobert is playing like garbage in this game. Rudy Gobert has been completely ineffective, but we do have free throws here for Jaden McDaniels. He drives. Nope, he stops on a dime, and he draws the foul on Devin Vassell. I think that's the second foul of the game on Vassell. And Jaden McDaniels will shoot a pair of free throws. He makes the first free throw. Jaden McDaniels. De'Aaron Fox is subbing back into the game. And he makes both free throws. He cuts it back to 12. Let's see if they can actually get some stops defensively, because that's where their big issues lie in this first half. It is early, midway through the second quarter, but the Spurs have gone on a few runs here. And now we have a three from Devin Vassell. That's his first basket of the game, assisted by Dylan Harper. And it's a 15-point lead. I think that matches their biggest lead of the game. Let's go, Ayo Dosunmu. 6 points for Dosunmu. He cuts it back to 13. But as I said, Minnesota, their issues are really on the defensive side of things. Ayo Dosunmu just blocked Dylan Harper, though. Closer to the rim. Dosunmu has a block and 2 steals, chat. He's one of the few Minnesota players that's playing really well defensively in this half. Ayo Dosunmu is giving max effort. But they don't capitalize. Mike Conley misses the 3. Spurs go the other way. Still a 13-point game. De'Aaron Fox misses at the rim. Dosunmu collects the rebound, goes the other way. And Dosunmu draws a foul. Is Ayo back? It's my first time betting on him in this series. Is Ayo back? It's a foul on Dylan Harper. And now we have 2 free throws on the way for Ayo Dosunmu, who is playing a pretty clean basketball game here. Best of luck to us, EWM. Yeah, that would be good. I'll take that, Andre. You know, Devin Vassell, get to 10 and then stop. For me and you both win. My under, but you're 10 plus. I love it when we all win. I say so as well, brother. Sounds like a plan to me. Timeout Spurs. They need a breather. If there's anyone watching that's not subscribed, subscribe to my channel and hit the like button as well. How do you guys feel about this game so far? I think we still have a chance with the Timberwolves spread. Obviously, it's hovering around the spread, but the Spurs have looked good, especially offensively. But let's see what happens here. We all know things can change quickly. Need more from Ant-Man. Need more from Randle. Rudy Gobert has basically been unplayable. We're back. Whoa, Vassell has 5 quick points now. It's an alley-oop dunk. Assisted by Harrison Barnes. We have a Harrison Barnes sighting. And after stinking it up for much of the game, we have 5 quick points from Devin Vassell. Going to have to monitor that situation. And that was a really nice pass. And once again, Minnesota has been late on their defensive rotations, guys. It's a 14-point lead. And we have 4 minutes to go until halftime. Turnover, Minnesota, shot clock violation. That's the second time that happened in this half. Spurs ball. And that's the biggest lead of the game for the Spurs. De'Aaron Fox hits a mid-range jumper. He has 12 first-half points. He's been playing pretty well in this series. And the Minnesota has their back against the wall at the moment. Hey, welcome back, Matt. Nice to see you in the chat, brother. How's it going? Happy to see all the real ones in the chat. Reid misses right at the rim. Wemby grabbed the 10 rebounds. A first half double-double for Wemby, chat. 10 rebounds for Wemby. But the Spurs turn it over. Keldon Johnson with the offensive foul. He doesn't agree with the call. It happened very quickly. I'm not sure if the refs are right or not there. But it is Minnesota ball. Dosunmu misses a 3 on the other end. 11 rebounds now for Wemby. And he dunks the ball. 20 first half points. Andre Rogers was right. 20 points, 11 rebounds for Wemby in the first half. And it's an 18-point lead for the Spurs. That's their biggest lead of the game. They extended their lead. Minnesota ball here. The fans are on their feet after that one. The camera just showed Tim Duncan and Duncan Robinson in the audience. Whoa, Dosunmu with the dunk. He drives right to the rack. He had a ton of space there too. Wemby was just a bit too late defensively. And Dosunmu essentially just dunked on Wemby. That was crazy. The crowd just went quiet. But it's still a 16-point lead for Minnesota. I mean, for the Spurs. Series tied 2-2. They're not in the bonus yet, though. 3 minutes to go. Wemby just missed not a difficult shot for him. I mean, he's almost 8 feet tall. Minnesota grabs the rebound. They go the other way. We're seeing a ton of minutes from Mike Conley in this first half. Ton of Mike Conley minutes here. Julius Randle has a good matchup with Dylan Harper, and he draws a foul on Dylan Harper. It was a late whistle. The fans don't like it. But we do have free throws for Julius Randle. And I think that's 2 fouls on Dylan Harper. Hey, if you bet the Spurs sick from the vault, then, let's try to enjoy the game. It's easy for you to say that it's a given at this point in the game when they go up by 15, 16 points, but nothing is guaranteed, and the Spurs are not guaranteed to cover this spread here today. But that doesn't mean that I'm guaranteed to win either. I'm saying anything can happen. I think it's a bit too early to count your money. I understand it's a revenge angle, as everyone in the world says every time after everyone loses in the playoffs. But if you bet on every revenge angle in the playoffs so far, you'd be losing. So, so what I just said has nothing to do with this game. But I'm not betting on a game only because it's a revenge angle. It's not 2022 anymore for me. Just don't spam the chat. We have a technical foul on Reid, though. I actually missed what just happened there while I was talking to the chat. Wemby makes the technical shot. It's all Wemby in this half, I'd say. And it's a 15-point lead. Wemby misses a 3 off the... Wemby just missed a 3, and it's Minnesota ball here. And Reid hits a wide open 3 to cut the lead to 12. And the Spurs are going to the free throw line on the other end. They're in the bonus now. That foul put them in the bonus, and it's actually Wemby. Wait, let's see. Hold on. Three fouls on Jaden McDaniels. Gonna have to monitor that as well. And Rudy Gobert enters the game. Remember, Rudy Gobert played terribly in the first quarter. Hasn't played much in the second quarter. Rudy Gobert had a bad start to this game. And it was not free throws. It was on the floor. So apologies there for my mistake. The Spurs are not in the bonus yet. You said Anthony Edwards over 22.5 is looking decent. EWM? Best of luck if you did bet it. Did you bet it? Wemby missed another three. Minnesota goes the other way. Whoa, Wemby just blocked Rudy Gobert. Right at the rim. Spurs go the other way. Second block of the game for Wemby. De'Aaron Fox just missed a three in transition on the other end. It was a step back three. He tried to hit that in Ant-Man's face. And now we have an offensive foul on Rudy Gobert. So instantly, Rudy Gobert stinks it up as soon as he enters the game. You say Crazy Page isn't shooting the ball, Andre? I would bench Rudy. But hey, I mean, I would bench Rudy. Devin Vassell just missed a three. Dylan Harper grabs the offensive rebound. The Spurs are working some clock here. They're working some clock. Almost halftime. De'Aaron Fox missed the shot. Timberwolves ball. Minnesota ball, 15 seconds left. And Minnesota's trying to drain the clock here to make sure the Spurs don't get another shot attempt. And Julius Randle misses at the buzzer, and that's how we enter the half, a 12-point lead for Minnesota. I will say this, the Spurs were the better team in that half, but if you watch the last 3 minutes of that half, the Timberwolves finally started to play well defensively in the final 3 minutes of the second quarter. Minnesota, the Spurs had 51 points with 5 minutes left? They only scored 8 points in the last 5 minutes, chat. That was the best defensive sequence for Minnesota in the half, but they obviously have a big Wemby problem. And the Spurs were getting to the free throw line at a rapid clip. So, Minnesota, they're going to have to get, really rely on that Anthony Edwards, Julius Randle two-man punch to get back into this game. They did get positive contributions from Reid, Dosunmu. But the Spurs, with their athleticism, with their speed, with their decisiveness offensively, knocking down open shots in transition. Keldon Johnson playing really well off of the bench as well. De'Aaron Fox chipping in with 12 points in the first half. And obviously Wemby exploding. They're going to be a handful. The Spurs are going to be a handful for Minnesota in this second half. I'm hoping that Minnesota covers the spread. I still think they will cover the spread, but I'll take a look at the live lines here as well. How do you guys feel about the game? Yeah, professional. Rudy Gobert stunk it up. Honestly, in that half. It's a miracle they're not down by 20 because of the Rudy minutes. Jared said, let's take Minnesota second half. Money line or spread? I'm opening the lines now. Hold on. How's it going, Jared? Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope your trip down there was pretty fun as well. And Andre Rogers says almost through the third quarter, he's put up 5 points with 8 shots, with 5 shots with 8 points. Spread? Yeah. Hold on, Jared. It was underrated. You went to the Miami F1 event? That's really cool, man. That's amazing. I know you enjoy that and all of the extracurricular activities around the event as well. Stunt said, second quarter cash. Should I take third quarter too at -1.5 for Spurs? I don't know. I don't know about that, to be honest. I think it's going to be a Timberwolves half here, but maybe the Spurs will win the money line, but I'm hoping that some of that defensive momentum that we saw at the end of that half will carry over into the second half. That's my hope. Well, let me look at some other lines here. Also, hit the like button for me. Thanks a lot. 1 second, chat. Bank of Dennis says my under on McDaniels is golden. He's not doing anything but fouling out. Well, you're in prime position. You're in a great position. Nelly47 said we need the Wolves to go on a run like they did at the end of the first quarter. They think they can close that gap and keep it close. I do think they can. They have the defensive personnel to do so. The differentiator in this game truly has been Wemby. It hasn't been a boatload of turnovers for Minnesota. So both teams have actually sort of, right now I think Minnesota's actually winning the turnover battle. Let me refresh the odds here. I mean, not the odds, yeah, it's a slim margin, but Minnesota's winning the turnover battle. 7 first half turnovers for San Antonio, only 6 for Minnesota. But obviously, look at the points in the paint differential. 30 points in the paint for the Spurs in the first half compared to just 16 for Minnesota. And it wasn't just Wemby either, so. Right now, the Timberwolves are 14.5-point underdogs at halftime. I do think that's worth a shot. I don't want to pile on, though, but I do think that's worth a shot. This guy for the Seattle Mariners, Dominic Canzoni, hit a walk-off grand slam home run. Madness for the Mariners. You think the points are going to start pouring in? I actually personally, I lean towards the live under at 218.5. It's a bit lower than it's a bit lower than the pregame line of 219.5. But also, just so you know, I won't be streaming tomorrow, guys. I'm going to the Toronto Tempo WNBA game. I'm going to be attending the game again. So my next stream will be Thursday, but I will drop picks videos for you tomorrow. Everyone that's watching right now, check to see if you have notifications on. I'll join you, Jared. The professional said points are going to start. You just said that. Bank of Dennis said he bet the Spurs team total over 120. They were on a pace for 70 by halftime. Yeah, that was crazy. As I said, the Timberwolves, they were down by 18, right? They played pretty well defensively in the last couple of minutes of that quarter, but let's see what happens. This is a big moment. This is going to be a big half here. Obviously it's easy to assume that whoever wins this game is going to win the series in theory. Hey, Joao in the chat. Joao. He said, hey, I'm from Portugal. Do you have any live bets for now? Yeah, I'm taking a look now. We still have a couple of minutes. Give me one moment. So the live total just jumped up to 219.5 on FanDuel. Yeah, I'll let you know, brother. And shout out to you. Shout out to Portugal. And thanks for subscribing to my channel. Stunt says he's going to take Spurs third quarter spread -1.5. He thinks he comes out strong again in the third and maybe rest for in the fourth. Keelbo in the chat too. He said Edwards is looking to ruin my parlay. What do you have Ant-Man for? 25 plus or 20 plus? Keelbo. Can we get a few more points from Io? Wemby's on track to clear everything. Hit the like button for me, everyone. Thank you. So I think I'm going to double dip with that Timberwolves plus 14.5. I think I'm going to do it. Yeah, well, he has 2 blocks. How many blocks do you need from Wemby? Zhao says 35 plus Wemby, 12 plus Harper, and Dosunmu double-double. I think 15 plus Io Dosunmu is worth a shot too. Maybe paired with Randle. Randle is prone, to go on scoring droughts though, but let me see what I can do here. Hold on, chat. I'm even considering a live same game parlay here. Maybe Julius Randle 10 plus. I like Randle. Randle over 12.5 points. I'm going to roll with a couple of live bets here. Julius Randle over 12.5 points. And I'm going to double dip with the Spurs spread at 14.5. Going to bet both of those on FanDuel, chat. So, Julius Randle over 12.5 points, -122 on FanDuel, and Timberwolves plus 14.5 at -112, both half unit bets. live bet for me. 2 separate live bets. And let's try to go 5-0 in this game. On the Spurs side of things, I would maybe target Fox live assists or Castle live assists. I think the boat has sailed with Wemby, just in terms of the value. So I have 2 live bets that I just placed. I'll speak slowly from our bro in Portugal in the chat. I placed 1 live bet on Timberwolves, Minnesota Timberwolves, plus 14.5, parlayed with, it's not a parlay. These are separate straight bets. Timberwolves plus 14.5, minus 112 odds to win a half unit, and Julius Randle of the Timberwolves over 12.5 points, minus 122 odds. Both bet on FanDuel, separate bets, and that's what I'm going to roll with for now. Although that Minnesota plus 900 money line is a bit enticing. Welcome back, Emotionless Artist. He said, wait, you have Wemby for 5+ blocks and assists? That's fire. Where did you get that? Oh, gotta love the pets in the chat said he has that. I think he's talking separate bets, but he needs both of those outcomes. Best of luck to you guys. Joao says he has 13.5 for Julius Randle on his sportsbook in Portugal. That's a bit unfortunate. I hope maybe you have access to other sportsbooks, but here I'm in Canada. I'm using FanDuel. I'm using multiple books, but for live betting here at halftime, I was betting on FanDuel. But maybe sit that one out. Yeah, let's hope for the best though. I'll still have more bets tomorrow, Joao. But let's hope for the best. Good luck, guys, and thanks to all the positive people, even if we disagree. So sometimes we're going to disagree. So as long as we all respect each other, we're not here to tear each other down. The second half is about to start, and if you guys can, do me a favor and follow me on Instagram. My Instagram page is pinned in the chat. My guy knows it, guys. Same name as my channel, Instagram. The link is in the chat, and the second half is back, everyone. So best of luck to all. Let me get back in. Whoa! We have a 3 from Dosunmu to start the half. That's what I like to see. You got plus 15. Let's go. Maybe it's a bit juiced, Jared. Best of luck. Let's cash. Let's cash every single line. And if you guys don't mind, help the stream get to 100 likes by the time I end the stream. So unfortunately, YouTube is punishing me at the moment in terms of pushing my videos to others because I took, a break for a few days, but things will get back to where they would be. I'm not worried at all. Just have to be consistent. I was a bit tired, streaming every day for like 5 straight months. It was a bit draining. And plus I had some family in town last week, and helping my family with other things. I know you guys definitely understand too. So, but hey, I'm back today. So Dosunmu with a big 3. And now he has a block shot, 2 blocks and 2 steals for Dosunmu. Is he the X factor here in the second half? You said, what do I think about 12.5? For Castle? Castle's tricky for me. Castle's a young player. He has a ton of upside, but he is prone to going on scoring droughts, in my honest opinion. He is prone to going on scoring droughts. It's difficult for me to trust Stephon Castle with points lines. That's just me, though. I like to trust Stephon Castle with assist lines. He's really consistent there. He's actually a pretty efficient offensive player. It's just that sometimes he does run into a brick wall and take some bad shots. He's a young player. He's a future all-star in this league, and thank you so much for subbing for 3 more months, Jared, here on my YouTube channel. Truly, truly means the world, brother. Best of luck to you always, fam. One of the absolute realists. And Anthony Edwards just hit a pair of free throws. It's a 7-point game, chat. Uh-oh. You said, but best of luck, Bripple. And to everyone here, Joao says, brother, how do I bet Minnesota Timberwolves plus 14.5? I like it. The line is probably gone now. It's not 14.5 anymore because the Timberwolves are on a 14-1 run going back to the end of the second quarter. It's all Minnesota in the first 2 minutes of the second half, and that 18-point lead has been cut to 5. But we still have a lot of game to go. It's never over when you're dealing with Wemby. Have to be realistic. And right on cue, Stephon Castle scored. So maybe that's a good thing for you, Bripple. It's back to a 7-point lead. Stephon Castle with the teardrop floater. Who's watching the game live? You guys watching it live? Thank you so much, Jared. And we have a foul on the floor here on Julian Champagny. It's on the floor, though. No free throws. We need one more point from Dosunmu to cash over 12.5. Back-to-back fouls on Champagny. Is he in foul trouble? I think Champagny's in foul trouble. Is that 4 fouls for Champagny? That's bad for the Spurs. He's a good defender. And the Timberwolves make them pay. It's a 3 for Jaden McDaniels. 10 points for McDaniels, 17-3 run for Minnesota, and it's a 4-point game. Let's go, Minnesota. Win this game outright. Win this game outright and then win the series. Timberwolves OKC. That's what I want to see. I don't care what ESPN said. Yep, I can see the chat now. Best of luck, Joao. Bripple. Flight of the Fish. Emotionless Artist. You guys are real ones. My brother Jared, the professional. My bro Sick from the Vol. Keelbo. Stunts. EWM Community. Bank of Dennis. So many real ones in the chat. Jay Wall. Matt Harris. Elon. Much love to all of you guys. Even if we disagree, I respect and have so much love for all of you. And Jaden McDaniels is on a rampage right now. No joke. And it's all Minnesota in the third quarter. That crowd is a bit quiet in San Antonio. And I love what I'm hearing and seeing here. Silence. That's what I want to hear in the arena tonight. At least on the spread. I mean, if the Spurs win, they're going to be cheering, but plus 8.5, I still like it. I still like it. I even like money line. I even like money line for them to win the game, but I should have sprinkled the plus 900 at halftime. You know, I should have sprinkled it. My bro, Digital Print House as well. Can't forget about you as well, brother. You're welcome back. Ripple says 10% loss if he goes under. You're talking about McDaniels? You middled it? Oh, you played it? Yeah. Yeah, if you... Yeah, maybe go for the middle. Maybe. But right now, Jaden McDaniels, I mean, he looks pretty confident here. Remember, he does have 3 fouls as well, so keep that in mind. That's also a major factor here. I'd like to see Julius Randle get involved here in this comeback. You have a huge football camp t-shirt order? Great job, man. Get that money. Yeah, I hope your middle works out. That'd be pretty cool. You still have a chance, but right now as I said, you're watching the game as well. You see. I hope it all works out for you guys. Those of you who follow me on Twitter or X, my guy knows a guy, go over to my Twitter account, hit like on a couple of my posts, please. I just sent something out about the game. It's a tie game. Tie game. And Rudy Gobert has contributed. Rudy Gobert has done something. And we just cashed off the Rudy Gobert steal. We cashed with Dosunmu over 12.5 points, guys. My first bet on Ayo in the series is a winner. It's a 21-3 run for Minnesota, and that defensive intensity we saw at the end of the second quarter is carrying over here, but it's still early. We have a lot of time left. This game is far from over. But cash that bet, Dosunmu over 12.5 points, chat. Did anyone tail that bet with me? Let me know in the chat. I hope you get that EWM. Maybe he'll get selfish, Ant-Man, in the fourth quarter. You would like to see them, if you would like to see him in or Julius Randle, sort of take a bunch of shots. Spurs, they go up by 3. Julian Champagny, he hits a 3, his second 3 of the game. Another assist for Wemby, who has 3 assists. Wemby's distributing here. Thanks a lot, Flight. Hit the like button for me as well, guys. Thanks a lot. Three-point lead for the Spurs. Nothing is certain here. That either team can still cover. Nothing is certain. Don't count your chickens or whatever they say, the eggs, whatever. Let's enjoy the game, guys. Welcome back, Aaron. My bro, Aaron Lakers in the chat. Welcome back, Zhao as well. Yep, Ayo did well for us. Back-to-back buckets for the Spurs here, so you don't want to see the Timberwolves take their foot off the gas after such a strong start to the half. It's a 5-point lead for San Antonio. Very interesting game here with the amount of runs that we've seen. Both teams have gone on epic runs here. We've seen 3 big runs from the Spurs in this game, and we've seen 2 big runs from Minnesota in this game. This guy, Keldon Johnson, has been amazing in this game. He just blocked Rudy Gobert. That's unacceptable. You're 7'2", Rudy. How do you get blocked by Keldon Johnson? Keldon Johnson's an amazing athlete, but that was soft from Rudy Gobert. And honestly, it's trending in the other direction now. Spurs with 7 unanswered points after that massive Minnesota run. Wemby just went over his 3.5 assist line. Stephon Castle with a vicious dunk. And Chris Finch decides not to call a timeout. So no timeout here. Minnesota ball down by 7. And Ayo is still at it. Ayo Dosunmu cuts it back to 5 with a floater. Things are speeding up here. Things are speeding up just a bit here. And Stephon Castle scores again, 13 points. Castle's done an amazing job in this quarter since that big Minnesota run. Back to a 7-point lead for Minnesota. Uh-oh. Ayo, who's playing pretty well today, makes a mistake. It's a turnover for Ayo Dosunmu. And the momentum is flipping again. We've seen so many runs here. Keldon Johnson scores off of the turnover. And it's a 9-point lead. It's a 9-point lead for the Spurs. And now Minnesota wants to call a timeout. That was a great sequence for the Spurs to sort of bounce back after that clampdown defensive intensity we saw from Minnesota to start the quarter. Keldon Johnson, Stephon Castle doing the heavy lifting. And Keldon Johnson screams into the crowd. They love the energy from the 6th man of the year. And let's see what happens after the timeout, guys. As I said, even though Minnesota played really well to start the quarter, I still said it's the Spurs can still cover, but so can Minnesota. Let's see what happens. You would like to see more from Ant and Julius Randle, though, on the offensive end. And Rudy Gobert, stinking it up. EWM said, every time I take Anthony Edwards, he starts to suck. That's a tough one there. I hope he does it for you. Keelbo says, Anthony, I need 14 points from Ant. I hope you guys get those Anthony Edwards bets, man. How many points does he have now? It's an interesting game. Let's see what happens after. Yeah, Bripple. Yeah, Ayo Dosunmu. He next month, digital. Next month. Can't wait. EW Bripple. Yeah, Ayo Dosunmu. I mean, he was suffering from a calf strain, but he looks like he's 100% today. So EWM said Wolves team total over 98.5. I like it. We're back to the action. We're back to the action, chat. Timberwolves ball here. And Anthony Edwards gets on the board. It's a floater. You have action from Ant-Man. 14 points for Anthony Edwards. He floats it right over Wemby. 7-point lead for San Antonio. Wemby just missed the layup. That's really rare. And then Dylan Harper collects it. And then he misses. Minnesota ball. That was good defense from Reid right there. On Wemby at the rim. You don't see that very often. Wemby miss at the rim like that. And now we have free throws for Anthony Edwards. Free throws, chat. And the foul's on Stephon Castle, his third foul of the game. Nope, it's on Julian Champagny. Apologies. He makes the first free throws back to a 5-point lead. He made both free throws. So we get 4 quick points from Minnesota out of the timeout. San Antonio ball. Oh, Wemby scores for the first time in the second half. It's a putback layup, but more importantly for the Spurs, it's an and one opportunity. He's fouled. Spurs up by 7. Wemby going to the line to shoot 1, and that foul is on Terrence Shannon Jr. He got caught under the rim. Wemby with that length, guys, with the wingspan, was in full effect there. He was essentially behind the backboard and still tapped it in for the and one. 24 points now for Wemby. He made the free throw. 8-point lead for San Antonio. Wow, what a defensive play. Dylan Harper just blocked Anthony Edwards. He thought he was fouled. Doesn't matter now. Keldon Johnson races to the rim in transition, and he gets fouled. Keldon Johnson draws the foul. He's about to shoot free throws. 4 fouls on Terrence Shannon Jr. Take him out the game. Take him out the game. Terrence Shannon Jr. That's a very poor sequence for him. And Keldon Johnson makes the first free throw. 9-point lead for the Spurs. What a play on the other end when Dylan Harper blocked Anthony Edwards. And he makes both free throws. And just like that, this game was tied about, 3.5 minutes ago? The Spurs go on another run and go up by 10. And once again, Minnesota digs themselves a hole. Dosunmu misses a layup. Julius Randle missed the putback opportunity. It was heavily contested, though. This quarter went by quick. He should have made that putback opportunity. And now we have more free throws for the Spurs. Keldon Johnson has been outstanding today. More free throws. And Keldon Johnson was just fouled by Reid. And just like that, things are trending in the other direction. What a performance from Keldon Johnson. And on the other end, Julius Randle, he's definitely regretting not tapping that putback in while Wemby was still on the ground. This is one of the worst Julius Randle games I've seen, just in the last couple of games. And Keldon Johnson makes both free throws, chat, back to a 12-point lead. Just like that, all that hard work from Minnesota evaporates due to a couple of, turnovers from and poor decisions from Terrence Shannon and misses at the rim as well. So in unison, Wemby just got subbed out, by the way, but 12-point lead. Let's see what happens. Wemby just went to the bench. Luke Cornett is in the game. Anthony Edwards scores. He drives right to the cup and lays it in. 18 points for Ant-Man. That was a nice move from Ant-Man. Nice move. He's back to a 10-point game. Devin Vassell hits a mid-range jumper for the Spurs. They go up by 12. 7 points for Vassell. Need him to stay under 13.5. That was a nice shot, too, off the curl. Assisted by De'Aaron Fox, his 4th assist of the game. Back to a 12-point lead for San Antonio. Keldon Johnson steals the ball. Another turnover for Minnesota, and they're up by 14, the Spurs. Keldon Johnson goes coast to coast and lays it in. And I think they should have called timeout a couple of minutes ago, but hey, let's see what happens. Anthony Edwards was very sloppy there. Very sloppy ball handling from Ant-Man. And it's a 14-point lead for San Antonio. Two minutes left in the quarter. Hey, welcome back, Stunts. We have free throws for Rudy Gobert, chat. Free throws for Rudy Gobert. But can he make them? He makes the first one. 3 fouls on Dylan Harper. Sweaty stuff here. He got pushed in the back on the putback opportunity. Wow, Rudy Gobert made both free throws. And Gobert has 4 points now. It's back to a 12-point lead for San Antonio. And another offensive rebound for the Spurs generates points. It's Dylan Harper with the putback layup. Only 4 points for him, but that was a big bucket there. 14-point lead for San Antonio. Naz Reid took a hard fall there, too. He's all right, though. Finally, something positive happens for Julius Randle. Julius Randle is about to shoot free throws, chat. And the foul's on Keldon Johnson. 2 free throws for Randle. He makes the first. 7 points for Randle. We still have a chance with that live bet I placed at halftime over 12.5 points. And he makes both. Let's see if that helps him. Maybe he just needed to see, something fall through the rim. 8 points for Randle. It's back to a 12-point lead, hovering around that pregame spread. Spurs were 10.5-point favorites. Series tied 2-2. The post-Wemby ejection game. We have a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. You said you need 3 more points from Wemby. Will he be back? Yeah, Wemby will be back. Wemby's actually not even in foul trouble, Elon. It's pretty weird. Dylan Harper with 6 points now. Another putback layup for Dylan Harper, and they are out hustling Minnesota since Minnesota went on that big run to start the quarter. Again, Dylan Harper. Rudy Gobert should not be in this game. It's back to a 16-point lead in the blink of an eye. It's difficult to imagine that this game was tied 61-61 with 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Dylan Harper and Keldon Johnson have been amazing in the third quarter. Another turnover for Minnesota. They're crumbling at the moment. Luke Cornett steals the Dosunmu coughs it up. And we have less than 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Free throws for De'Aaron Fox, chat. And everything is going wrong for Minnesota since they had that big run at the beginning of the quarter. This is a bad lineup here. Rudy Gobert has been a bit of a net negative. You're not getting much offensive production from Julius Randle, and the Spurs are hitting them from every angle. And now Fox free throws here. He has a chance to push the lead to 18. And it's an 18-6 run. You took McDaniels over 15.5 EWM. Best of luck. Great call, stunts. And yeah, Elon Wemby should be back. I think you need 3 more. I think you'll cash. That would be weird if that doesn't cash, the Wemby points. Especially after that first half, right? Fox makes the first free throw. He has 13 points now. That's actually his first point of the quarter. Wemby just subbed back in for these last 8 seconds of the quarter. After Fox just made both free throws. 18-point lead for San Antonio. What a run, too. Crazy. I was starting to feel a bit optimistic. Julius Randle misses the 3 in the corner at the buzzer, and the Spurs end the third quarter on a massive run, chat. 91-73 San Antonio. They are in control at the moment. Very interesting game here, as we've seen so many runs. Yeah, working bins. Yeah, I mean, Stephon Castle, is getting it done with some low volume, not attempting many shots, but he's been efficient. Same, J Wall. Let's see what happens, bro. Hit the like button for me as well, everyone. Thanks a lot. Yep, let's hope for the best, guys. Let's enjoy this fourth quarter. Still waiting for the fourth quarter to start. Should be starting any second now. And here comes the start of the fourth quarter, chat. Stephon Castle and Carter Bryant sub in for Keldon Johnson and Julian Champagny. Biggest lead of the game for the Spurs, 20 points. They score first in the fourth quarter. It's Victor Wembanyama. Wemby has 26 points. Biggest lead of the game. Stephon Castle with the assist. It's a 21-6 run for San Antonio. Oh, I think I have to refresh the scoreboard. Yep, there you go. You said, is Julius Randle in the game? Yeah, Randle's in the game. Randle's in the game. Nas Reid just missed a 3. 15 rebounds for Wemby. Wemby showboating. I think that was an offensive foul on Wemby there. He swiped Jaden McDaniels in the face. But Minnesota coughs it right back up and gives it right back to San Antonio. Turnover, Minnesota. Terrible start to the quarter already. It's an 8-second violation. They failed to get the ball past half court within 8 seconds. A high school violation. Excuse me. Spurs ball. And the Spurs turn it over. It's Minnesota ball. Wemby's fourth turnover of the game. Otherwise, he's been outstanding today. And Spurs are in control, up by 20. Jaden McDaniels just scored for you, EWM community. Nice move at the rim from McDaniels. They cut the lead to 18. 18-point lead for San Antonio. De'Aaron Fox misses. He drives to the rim and misses a layup, and now it's Minnesota ball. Anthony Edwards in transition. He scores. Anthony Edwards. He cuts the lead back to 16. 20 points for Ant-Man. 93-77. 2 unanswered buckets for Minnesota. De'Aaron Fox misses another shot. He's 4 for 13 all of a sudden. After a strong start to the game, he's thinking it up now. Jaden McDaniels just missed a 3, but Julius Randle crashes the glass. He grabs the rebound and he gets fouled on the putback opportunity. He ripped it out of Carter Bryant's hands, and Julius Randle's about to shoot 2 free throws. He makes the first. The foul was on Devin Vassell, his third foul of the game. Josh, yeah, no, I know it seems like you're watching the game. De'Aaron Fox had a strong start to this game, but he's really hasn't played that well since then. Jared Weiss said Wemby is soft at the end of the day. No. So Randle makes 1 free throw and misses the second. And it's a 15-point lead again after trailing by 20 there. Let's see what the Spurs do with it. Another turnover for San Antonio. Chat. Another turnover for San Antonio. Reid steals the ball. And Stephon Castle coughs it up. Wow, Terrence Shannon Jr. misses the three. He has not played well today. I know he's inexperienced, but he's played better than this in the postseason so far this year. And he missed that three, but they grab the offensive rebound. They kick it out to Reid, who hits the three, chat. 11 points for Reid, and they just cut that 20-point lead. They just cut it to 12 pretty quickly. D. Kurt said, is Rudy coming back into the game? I don't think he deserves to. I don't want to see Rudy Gobert come back into the game. He's a big part of the reason why they went down big. It's not the only reason. That was a good run for Minnesota. This is a game of runs. We've seen many of them in this game. Timeout San Antonio. What a crazy game. Flight officials, I hope not. Yeah, he can't keep up with the pace of this game, Rudy Gobert. And then he doesn't seem to be assertive as well on the boards. It's generally his strong suit. We all know Rudy Gobert is one of the best rebounders in basketball for years. He's been weak today. He's been weak today. Gotta call it like I see it. You need Randle for one more point? Okay. Let's get that. I need that for my live bet as well, but I think I need a couple more than that, actually. How many does Randle have right now? Hit the like button for me as well, everyone. Thanks a lot. If you're watching in the background and you're not subscribed, subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I just saw that he has 9. And we're back from the timeout, chat. As I said, best of luck to all. Yeah, the Cavs, I'm not sure about that game tomorrow, though. I'm going to look at that a bit closer. The Cavs have played poorly in the playoffs, on the road. On the road, they played poorly, but I'll worry about that after this game, though, Andre. I'll let you know. I might drop a bet or two for that game overnight here on the channel. And we're back from the timeout. 9.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter of a pivotal Game 5 in the second round of the NBA playoffs. And Reid commits a foul. Is that free throws? I think it's on the floor. It might be free throws, though. It's on the floor. Spurs ball, though. Reid fouled Wemby. And it doesn't matter because Stephon Castle with a nice dunk there, chat. Stephon Castle is playing really well in the second half after a quiet first half. An athletic move. Jaden McDaniels with the three. Jaden McDaniels with the three, guys. He went over his points total. 17 points for him to cut the lead to 11. But De'Aaron Fox re-extends that lead to 13 with a layup. 16 points for Fox, even though he's been a bit inefficient. 13-point lead for the Spurs. Just under 9 minutes to go. Minnesota ball. And Terrence Shannon Jr. gets his three-point shot blocked by Wemby, the eraser. And the Terrence Shannon Jr. woes continue. He's not playing well, but that was an ill-advised shot. He tried a step-back three on Wemby. Come on, man. Come on, man. Give that ball to Ant-Man. Minnesota catches a break. Champagnie misses a three. Jaden McDaniels grabs his sixth rebound of the game, and Julius Randle, did he just dunk on Wemby? Whoa. He cut it back to 11. And Devin Vassell just hit a three. That's a tough one there. Tough one. 14-point lead for San Antonio. Anthony Edwards turns it over again. His fourth turnover of the game. And Stephon Castle scores off the turnover. Anthony Edwards is not playing a clean game here. That was a bad sequence. You guys worked really hard to cut that 20-point lead to 11. And Stephon Castle, as I said, he's playing outstanding basketball in the second half of this game. Timeout Minnesota, by the way. Yeah, the McDaniels middle. Yeah, I saw that. Andre Rogers says he's definitely taking Tobias Harris first quarter points over. He's been the gift that keeps on giving, Andre Rogers. Yeah, you got McDaniels EWM. Now you need one more for Ant-Man. I hope you get that. You have plenty of time here. You need Fox to go over 20.5 points and Castle over 10.5 rebounds and assists. I'm rooting for you, fam. Josh, let's go. Pretty long time out here. Five more points from Fox. It's a bit more difficult than what you said before, but so Alyssa Thomas is not playing well against the Lynx right now. That's my favorite player in the WNBA, Alyssa Thomas. It's crazy you said that. My girlfriend always laughs at me when I watch Phoenix Mercury games. When Alyssa Thomas does something, I'm saying, LeBron. Plays like LeBron, man. It's crazy. Obviously without the three-point shot, though. And we're back from the timeout, everyone. Dosunmu is back in the game for Terrence Shannon. Dylan Harper and Luke Cornett sub in for Fox and Wemby. And let's see if the Minnesota can chip into this here, because they are running out of time. And that's a terrible start out of that timeout. It's a turnover. Jaden McDaniels turns the ball over. Stephon Castle with his second steal, of the quarter? And we have free throws for Vassell here. So after that horrible start, Vassell has a chance to go over. Not right now on the free throws, but he has a chance to go over. Very, very unfortunate. He got fouled on a three as well. This is crazy. 5 fouls on McDaniels. 5 fouls on McDaniels. He missed the first free throw. He still has 2 more, though. 2 more free throws here. He makes the second free throw after missing the first. 17-point lead for San Antonio. He goes 2 for 3 at the line. He has exactly 12 points, chat. And it's an 18-point lead for San Antonio. Not sure if Dennis is still watching, but your team total bet's looking pretty good. Thanks, Andre. Let's go. Wow, Ant-Man is just not here, man. Another missed shot opportunity. Dosunmu has been a bright spot. He just stole the ball from Dylan Harper, but he missed a 3 off the turnover. The Spurs go the other end, and Dylan Harper's about to shoot free throws. It might be a wrap for Minnesota. Still have time, though, but multiple times they fought their way back into this game, like from 2 massive deficits to tie the game twice. Being down, and they're running out of time here. Now they're not only playing against the Spurs, they're playing against the clock. And Harper makes the first free throw. Rudy Gobert subbing back into the game. I knew this is crazy. He missed. Wait, was it only 1 free throw? Okay, but either way, Naz Reid is going to the line now. Free throws for Naz Reid, Jet. Two free throws for Naz Reid. He missed the first one. 4 fouls on Champagny. And it's unfortunate because Naz Reid missed an easy layup before the free throws. He makes the second free throw. 12 points for Naz Reid. But they're still down by 19. Stephon Castle misses a layup. And Julius Randle just cashed the live bet, one of the live bets for us. Julius Randle with 13 points, chat. $13 points for Randle. We won the live bet, but it could be a small prize. We cashed 2 of the smaller bets. And Minnesota's down by 17. And here comes Wemby and Fox to try to ice this one off. 17-point lead for San Antonio, remember? Yep, Randle did cash. Ripple, Joao, Andre, congrats. EWM, all of you guys. Let's see what happens here. Back-to-back buckets for Julius Randle. And is that an and one? Randle has 15, and he cuts the lead to 15. And one for Julius Randle, who's come alive a bit here, but is it too little, too late, chat? Another free throw that he missed. Welcome back, Top Football Highlights. I didn't see you. Welcome back. And missed free throws. I mean, it's hurting Minnesota, but I can't act like that's the only thing hurting them here. Dylan Harper, who, as I said, has been outstanding in the second half, with a big dunk in transition to push that lead to 17 again. And he just dunked on Dosunmu. Is Dylan Harper going to be a superstar? It appears so. And Anthony Edwards takes an ill-advised three, and it's Spurs ball. Spurs ball. Anthony Edwards is cold. It's a pretty bad game for Ant-Man, in my opinion. He has 20, I understand, but it's the efficiency is not there. It almost feels like Anthony Edwards is not involved in the basketball game. Excuse me. And Julian Champagnie hits a layup, and it's back to a 19-point lead for San Antonio. And this might be where they wave the white flag. It's very possible. Let's see what happens. The passing ability from Wemby has been on display today. And as I said, Rudy Gobert, I wouldn't have subbed him back into this game. I think he's unplayable in this particular matchup, but he's had some decent moments in this series. But in this game, with the pace of play from the Spurs, Rudy Gobert has been unplayable, in my opinion. Surprised to see him on the court at the moment, and would be even more surprised to see him on the court after this timeout. Just under 5 minutes to go. I do want to say thanks for watching the stream, guys. Hey, Roll 51, how's it going? Yeah, Dylan Harper is official. He's been official since Rutgers, really, but especially in the second half of this NBA season, after the All-Star break. And we're back from the timeout. Let's see if Minnesota has one final push here, because it's definitely not Anthony Edwards doing the heavy lifting today. And Naz Reid missed a three in the corner. What defensive intensity on Ant-Man there from De'Aaron Fox and Champagnie. There was no angle for him to get to the rim. A layup from Fox here, and they go up by 21 points. I think this is the biggest lead of the game for San Antonio. And in all likelihood, I will lose both spread bets. Just want to see if we, Devin Vassell's not even in the game. There's a chance we'll cash with Devin Vassell under. There is a chance we'll cash with Devin Vassell under. And now Julius Randle with a putback dunk. He's done most of his damage in the second half. Can't say the same for Ant-Man, but he commits the foul after scoring, and that's a tough one there. And Wemby misses the free throw. Remember, the Spurs are in the bonus. Under pressure, welcome back. He makes the second free throw, 27 points for Wemby. I think his points line was 27.5, right? So yeah, that's in the poll in the chat. So he has exactly 27 now, but the starters are still in the game. He just grabbed his 17th rebound after the Dosunmu missed three. And Wemby has a 27-17 game here. And Keldon Johnson scores, chat. And that's it. I think Minnesota's going to call off their starters after this timeout. 22-point lead for San Antonio. I'll stick around to see if we cash the Devin Vassell under. We have Devin Vassell under 12.5 and 13.5, I should say. And he has exactly 12. So we have a chance to cash with Vassell to at least claw some back. We did win with Dosunmu over 12.5 points and Julius Randle over 12.5 live at halftime, but I'll likely lose both spread bets, the Timberwolves plus 10.5 and Timberwolves plus 14.5. Both will likely lose. There's still a slim chance that plus 14.5 can cash if the benches come in. It's a bit unpredictable then, but I'm not holding out too much hope there. So as you can see, more success with player props today. And I'll have some picks for you guys tomorrow. Maybe I'll scale up some player props for tomorrow as well with the Pistons-Cavs game for you guys. Remember, I won't be live streaming tomorrow. Everyone that's still watching, turn notifications on so you don't miss my video that I'm going to post tonight or tomorrow morning. I'll post a couple of player props, maybe a spread bet as well for Pistons-Cavs tomorrow. Game 5, Cavaliers-Pistons. And I'll have some other stuff for you as well. And thanks for being here. Yeah, Castle got benched. Castle's weird, man. Castle goes under his points total a lot. Yeah, if you did bet the Spurs, congrats to you. You're, in all likelihood, you're about to cover. Remember, it's never me against you, so I will try again. Yeah, no problem, Joao. I appreciate you, fam. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the community. Yeah, it's going to be a video for tomorrow. No live stream tomorrow, Joao. My next live stream will be Thursday. Tomorrow, I'm going to upload videos for you guys. Because I'm going to the WNBA game. And now it's a 25-point game. If you guys didn't see, they just called most of the starters are out. DG, yeah, I'll take a look at that, brother. And congrats to you as well, DG37. Me and you, we go way back. He's a big Spurs fan in the chat as well. And I got to tip my hat to Keldon Johnson. It's crazy. I talked about Keldon Johnson having a good game at the beginning of the stream. I said on the Spurs side, you know, Wemby and Keldon Johnson. That's actually crazy. But hey, it's okay. If you haven't, hit the like button for me. No problem, Carl Winslow. It looks like they didn't put Devin Vassell in the game. So it does look like we're going to cash with Devin Vassell under 13.5 points. And the people that bet under 12.5 points, you guys cashed as well. So, you know, I'm going to go 3-2. But unfortunately, I had a bit more money on the spreads, as you guys can see. But, you know, I'll build on this for tomorrow. Shout out to the real ones that were here. You guys are the only ones I'm focused on. Follow me on social media as well. Joao, all of you guys, Stunts. If if you guys don't mind, follow me on Twitter or Instagram. In the video description below, my guy knows a guy. Unfortunately, Minnesota didn't come through, and that's how it is. They're in danger of losing by 30 now, but I did sweep the props too. It's crazy. I had another prop that I gave out to my VIP newsletter readers, frenzyforecast.com, and that won as well. So I actually swept all of the props today. It was Reid under 12.5 points. He finished with exactly 12. So I did very well with props today, but I was wrong about the Timberwolves. It's okay. Hoping for a good outcome in this Dodgers-Giants game as well elsewhere. But do you guys, the people that are watching still, do you guys bet baseball? Congrats, 2 stunts. Great call in the game. Thank you so much for those kind words, brother. Those kind words definitely mean a lot. Those kind words mean a lot, brother. Let's keep it going, fam. I'm going to give you a call on Discord too. Maybe tomorrow, though. Under pressure said every day. Digital Printout says yes on baseball. Andre Rogers says rarely. Carl Winslow said like, share as always. Yeah, if you guys know have any friends that are into sports betting, copy the link to my channel and send it to them. Text it to your friends, your group chats. If they're into sports betting, I don't push betting on people that aren't into it. So Josh says he bets MLB every day. Is it day games tomorrow in baseball? No, only 2 day games. I'll see how it goes. And you did as well. The over 9.5. Jared Weiss in that A's Cardinals game. Let's roll. I actually tailed that one. Let's finish. So after this, I'm going to eat a late dinner and prepare for tomorrow, guys. You guys can catch me on social media. DM me anytime, Twitter or Instagram. My guy knows a guy. My DMs are open. You guys can send me a message. Unfortunately, I had to unfollow a bunch of people, but that's just the way of the world. I hate to even have to spend time on stuff like that. Carl Winslow said, yeah, 2 day games. Yeah, the rest are in the evening. I'll see what I can do tomorrow. I'm definitely going to put an NBA picks video out, but maybe we can get baseball rolling again. It's funny, I've only posted 2 baseball picks videos here on the channel this season, and it's gone pretty well. So small sample size though, right? Congrats to all the Spurs bettors. Congrats to everyone that tailed me with the player props as well. I will be better, and we'll try again tomorrow. This one's a wrap. The series isn't over, but the Spurs are in control. 3-2 lead in the series for the San Antonio Spurs. And let's see what happens in Game 6 on Friday. Godlike player, all of you guys, thanks for watching. Will Sotang, welcome back, bro. Didn't see you. Josh, Roll 51, all of you guys. Ripple, Stunt. And that's the final score. The Spurs win by 29. A game that was competitive at times, but every time that Minnesota went on a run, the Spurs answered with their own epic run. Too much Wemby. Keldon Johnson was a major X factor in this game as well. Dylan Harper had an outstanding second half performance, and the Spurs cruised to a 29-point victory. I won a few props in this game, but I lost with both of my spread bets. And Anthony Edwards was poor in this game. The Spurs deserve a lot of credit for the defensive attention to detail, the intensity as well, to make Ant-Man's teammates beat him in this one. The series isn't over, but the Spurs are obviously in control. They're an amazing basketball team. Rudy Gobert was absolutely terrible. Julius Randle was terrible early in the game. By the time he got into form, it was too little too late. The one bright spot, in my opinion, was Dosunmu. Shout out to Dosunmu for catching that player prop line for us, that pregame line. Other than that, That's it for me, guys. It's My Guy Knows a Guy here on my YouTube channel, My Guy Knows a Guy. Follow me on social media at My Guy Knows a Guy, Instagram or Twitter. I'm posting there on both platforms all the time. And Flight of Fish as well, Andre. Everyone in the chat, much love to all of you. My bro Jared, thank you for the gifted subs. Congrats to you with the Buffalo Sabres bet. Shout out to you guys, the sharpest chat on earth. Subscribe, hit the like button for me, all of that. That's it. I can't wait to share what I've been working on with you guys, but it's just not time yet. A little foreshadowing there. Shout out to the real ones there. And hey, even shout out to the ones who aren't so real, guys. We have so much to be grateful for. It's My Guy Knows a Guy. The best is yet to come. Remember that. Enjoy your evening, everyone. Thanks for watching this live betting stream. Timberwolves, Spurs, Game 5. I'll be back with a stream on Thursday. Tomorrow it's going to be video uploads because I'm going to the WNBA game. Go Tempo. Go Toronto Tempo. Trying to go to as many of those home games this season as I can. So tomorrow will be 2 for 2. Enjoy your evening, everyone. Support women's sports. Stay safe out there.